Good afternoon, good morning, and good day. It is your boy, Big Buppo, once again, the Primus, the Maximus, the Goobliest, the Dubliest. You know it, I know it, we show it, it is what it is. Welcome back. And it is still patch 1.09 after the hotfix, just like the last video. I don't know if I mentioned hotfix in the last video, but it was post-hotfix when the recording was done. And here's another build that I wanted to revisit that had done well on the channel and that people had asked a sequel for. The Gravity Samurai, aka the Star Sword Saint, a build featured and centered around the meteoric ore blade. Anyways, this build is super fun still. And now, I just want to make one little quick disclaimer. In the comment section of that video at a much later time, so this was a comment that was added a little while after the video had come out, someone had suggested that I use gravity stone fans to try to combo it with the gravity pull, which was a great idea, and at the time of the recording, I completely forgot about it. So you know what? This might be a trilogy. We might expect another Gravity Samurai video in the future. Now, will the Star Sword Saint come back again for no reason? No, we're probably going to have to wait for an update that actually affects maybe the Meteoric Ore Blade, maybe the, the Ultra Greatsword version of the Ore Blade, but regardless, this is still an incredibly strong pseudo-intelligence build. And I say pseudo because the real strength comes from strength. It's a strength build, it's from the strength stat, and that's where we actually do most of our damage, because this is a two-handed fully charged R2 build. That's the truth. However you want to do it, either you bait your opponent into it, either you pull them with the Ash of War, either you use a Gravity Stone fan, which is not featured in this video, unfortunately. You want to do that. Now, one thing that they did change in the patch 1.09, including hotfixes and all that, was they seem to have buffed the Katana running attacks. And that made this sword still the worst katana, by the way. Arguably on paper considered the worst katana, but it made it more viable. As you saw right there, that running R2, I'm surprised it hit. But I think they did something to the hitbox. I don't remember the exact change they made because at the time of this recording, it had been a while since I had actually, or at the time that I'm recording the audio, it's been a while since I read the patch notes. I just know that there was a buff, and whatever it did, it made me win that fight, because truth is, and you just saw there, length, not so good. But I got lucky that he didn't hit me and I could get the backstab there. And goddamn, I'm surprised that R2 didn't hit. I'm surprised that rolling R1 didn't hit. But I have a feeling we win those, and as you can see, we do. So, yeah, still a super fun build to play. Still an incredible experience playing as the Star Sword Saint. And that's what I dubbed him, by the way. If you fought me in the arena, you will recognize some of the names that I use. This guy, Star Sword Saint. And if you see Buppo in the name, then you know it's me. So to whoever I fought, GG, and I hope you guys all had a good time. If at any point you've been pointed down at by me, it probably means that you didn't want to waste time doing emotes, okay? Either way, no, we're just memeing, we're just fooling around, but all jokes aside, man, it's still a fun build. Unlike the bow build that I did in the last video, the sequel bow build with the not the hotfix, but with the patch notes that nerfed the fast roll. Oh my lord, I'm searching for my words. But yeah, the nerf to the fast roll was noticeable on the bow build, but not a big deal. And in this, the buff to the katana running attacks, not the biggest change, but like noticeable. Again, still noticeable. So I like that the balance patches now are, minor fixes, things that the game needs, but that doesn't seem to make like a huge difference in the gameplay. Also, I feel like that R2 should have hit, but yeah, you may notice, wait, that's not a gravity sword, Buppo. That's not, what is that? Why are you using that? Why are you using the Omen Cleaver? Well, because it's funny, and also doing a front flip seems samurai-esque to me, more or less. Seems a little bit gravitational, martial art to me. So let's just call it that. I wanted an excuse to use a Frost Omen Cleaver. It's on a strength build, and this I get overpowered. I get absolutely purely unga bunga'd, genuinely intimidated. I did not know what to do. I saw him scream, I saw him swing, and I am panicking. In this entire fight, in this entire clip, I am unashamed to admit that I panicked. I panicked fighting this individual. And that's how he hit me, with the fully charged raging R2. So yeah, caught me off guard. Did not think the Unga Bunga Monkey Man was going to beat me that decisively, but he did. And there he is screaming. I had to keep it in the video. I had to keep it in. But speaking of keeping things in, then we had a rematch. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm not scared anymore. I have to stand up to him. You know, I have one thing on my side, which is the understanding of gravitational magic and physics, alright? I have the intelligence to beat him, and I did, but I still wanted him to know that he horrified me. I was terrified of him still in that fight. I just had to rely on my superior evolved IQ, okay? But all jokes aside, yeah, man, this build is just a really, really fun build to play. Not the best armor, so you can definitely make a better build out of this. But I just really like the aesthetic of like a blind swordsman kind of thing, samurai situation. And he's the Star Sword Saint, so the idea is that he's a master of multiple blades. And yeah, speaking of bow builds, as I brought up earlier, this seems to be karma for the pain that I have put people through. But what's interesting about this guy is going for a medium roll bow build, right? So he's got the Lionel Armor Greaves, and I believe the Lionel Armor Gauntlets, to increase his poise and defense. So I'm like, oh, looks like you can still like have a viable bow build even with a medium roll. And arguably, since light roll was nerfed, medium roll might be the best choice here, because look, he's in the pocket to land pure headshots. That was 3 headshots in a row, and then he got me with the frostbite, and I was like, man, that is brutal. Like, that is genuinely devastating. So you, like, with the medium roll on that, it's like, looks like you're in that pocket to get just the headshot chains. And with the storm arrows, like, I was shocked. I'm like, I thought I was winning that fight. But he took his hat off. That was very honorable of him, and like, I had to keep that in the video. 10 out of 10. And speaking of keeping things in the video, look at that, another rematch. Now, you might be thinking, Buppo, what the hell are you doing with the star-scourged curved swords against this build? Well, I figured, you know what? Let's put the medium roll to the test. Let's see if I can beat him. I figured I was going to lose, so I'm like, let's just have fun with it. Let's use a different gravity sword. Love this sword. It does a ton of damage. Like, I love these weapons. Unfortunately, they're a PvE weapon. That's the truth. So, you know, I figured since we did the Meteoric Ore Blade, it's time for this build to showcase other weapons. So we did the Omen Cleaver, we're doing the Star Scourge, we're using the Wing of Estelle, you know, really leaning into the Ishin aspect of the, you know, of the character here. And that was my goal. I wanted to really be like, this is a master swordsman who knows of, like, the eldritch horrors that live in space. This is someone who studied in Caelid, you know, who studied in is it Liurnia? I forget the name of the town. You guys know me. I can never remember names to things. But that area where basically Radahn had studied gravitational magic, like, this is a man who traveled from the Reedlands in Elden Ring to learn gravitational magic because he heard of its power. And let's put it this way, he looked into Glintstone and decided to rely on his senses. He decided to rely on the power of gravitational magic and his strength in order to become a master swordsman. So that's like the role-playing aspect, the idea behind the character and the build. And look at that, the running attacks, they clap right now. They're pretty good. But yeah, that's the role-playing aspect of it. Woof! I did not think that was gonna hit. Even when I won that, I was like, oh man, that was a good fight. Like, that guy, 2 times in a row, he deserved the bow, because that was fight tooth and nail. And now, here we are. The very funny Ruin Greatsword. Genuinely, this is, unironically, my favorite, like, hands down, my favorite Ultra Greatsword. Now, the Gugs is good, don't get me wrong. The Guts Ultra Greatsword, right? Or Greatsword Ultra Greatsword. You know, the Gugs, very cool, very versatile. Makes me happy, you know. It's a good sword. Zweihander, even more versatility. You can have it on many different builds. This sword is kind of like locking you into basically casting a few spells. Oh, and the reason I clap at him and point down at this guy is because he just ran in and tried to get a bow hit, and it's like, come on, man, come on. show a little respect, do a little bow. For those of you wondering, I like this. I like at least waving. I like acknowledging my opponent. It's like touching gloves before sparring with someone. It's like, you know, whether you're doing boxing or even grappling, it's like shaking hands before you guys grapple. Like, I did a lot of martial arts growing up, and Elden Ring kind of reminds me of that, and the way, like, the fight flows, and it's about, like, you know, timing, strategy, and a little bit of a game of chess thing going down. As you saw there, that fully charged attack. I love that delay, because people don't expect the delay. Also, I need to work on my roll catching with that, because if you condition someone to roll sideways, yeah, I thought that was going to roll catch. Maybe it was latency, maybe I overshot it a bit, but, like, oh. Anyways, you know, just a quick hey. Just the quick hey. You know, put your hand up. I think that's a sign of respect. You know, the bow takes a while. Just a quick hey, that's good enough for me. A little weapon shake, a little acknowledgement of, like, I want to have fun with you. Like, look, see, he takes the time to wave. And just a quick hey, he rolls out of it. And that's it. That's respect, man. Any opponent you fight, I think it's important to show respect. Also, speaking of showing respect, I kept this fight in, and I think there's a rematch after this where I win. But I'm going to do this guy, like, justice. He beat me, like, 5 times in a row, okay? I just showed the best fights. The fight where he dominates me, and then this fight where, not, maybe it's later in the video, but that guy was really, really, really good. Just want to acknowledge it. Having the offhand Wakizashi with a Zweihander, interesting build. More interesting than the Bloodhound Fang variant of it. I feel like the Bloodhound with the Lightning Slash is cool. I tried it myself, but feels a little cheesy. Meanwhile, that one seems to be more like, maybe cheesy because you get those cheeky little hits in, but still a good build. Surprised I got the backstab there, but it is what it is. But yeah, Ruin's Greatsword, one of my favorite swords in the game. Unironically, my favorite Ultra Greatsword. It does kind of lock you into putting points in intelligence to be able to use it, but this thing just packs an absolute punch, like just a wallop. Like, look at that. That was 2/3 of his health bar with 2 crouch pokes. And people are like, yeah, but a crouch poke is like it's a thrusting attack, and that thing's a blunt weapon. It shouldn't do that much damage. And it's like, bro, you're being poked with, like, a car traveling at, like 60 miles per hour. Like, that thrust is literally getting hit by a car. You can't tell me that wouldn't do that much damage. Like, that's a devastating blow. Like, come on. But anyways, back to the Meteoric Ore Blade, because that's where this build was, you know, originally at. That's what it was all about. Thought that would roll catch. Maybe I should have used the gravitational pull there, but man, this is what created the character in the first place. This is the, you know, the concept, the idea that I had on the drawing board, and still one of my favorite builds to play. Despite the patches within the 6 months of the original video and the recording of this sequel, still an incredible build. Highly recommend you try the Meteoric Ore Blade. You know, I know everyone still likes Moonveil. I know everybody's still rocking Moonveil, but, like, Moonveil's overrated, bro. Moonveil is overrated. Like, please give this katana a try. Please, you know, try things that are a bit more off meta. You never know. You might like it. You might turn around and be like, oh man, this is a more fun way to play. And not to spoil anything, but I take meta concepts in the next video, and I make it, at least the fashion is off meta. So you guys will see. Excited to show you guys that one. That should come out in the next week after this video releases. But yeah. And do you guys, wait, hold on. Can we acknowledge something? Did you guys see that aim punch? Did you guys see that aim punch? That was insane. That should have killed him, and that katana went, like, completely sideways. So that's the one thing I hope the developers end up fixing. Like, I really hope From Software addresses aim punch and either, like, nerfs it and makes it, like, less bad, you know, be a little less impactful, and focuses, you know, more on yeah, I guess part of it, and the reason they haven't, is like it kind of nerfs ultra great swords or like big weapons. But I don't know, man, it just doesn't seem fair to me when, especially when using something like a katana, where the hit should have registered. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just saying the hit should have registered. I feel like I was robbed there. I feel like a lot of people are being robbed in scenarios like this. Maybe if it's like an ultra weapon, like very, you know, a giant weapon, it's easy to shift the person, and like in a real fight, right? Like if they lose balance from taking damage or a hit, I can understand an aim punch situation happening like that in real life. But with a lighter weapon like the Meteoric Ore Blade, unless I mean, you only need 18 strength to wield it. So I was thinking, oh, maybe it's because, you know, the gravitational pull and the lack of concentration made my character lose his balance. You know, I try to give myself a lore reason why that didn't work, but I don't know, man. That's silly. Also, here's that guy again with the Zweihander Wakizashi. I thought I was dead here. Really good play on him using that. I feel like if he would have followed up with the R2, maybe he would have hit the follow-up attack on that and killed me. But yeah, GG to him. That is, I think, one of the maybe only victories I got against him. I know I couldn't have beat him more than twice, because I remember that blue plume, and very cool knight, very cool build, very good player. Just want to acknowledge that. This guy, I don't think he acknowledged me, and I'm like, alright, well, you can do your spell, you can do your buff, it is what it is. At least you didn't attack me while I was bowing, so, you know, respect for that. But, yeah, Faith build versus Int build, who's gonna win? You know, I'm lower than half health, he's still got most of his. It's looking a little rough for Big Buppo over here, but then we do the pull, we do the slash. Love that follow-up, love the gravity pull into the fully charged R2. It is literally one of my favorite things in the game. Hoping I was going to kill him with that. I thought that would have roll caught, but, you know, is what it is. It's hard to tell with latency. And as you already know, I think there's a glitch that makes it so that on PC you can't turn off cross-region. But hey, we caught him with the running R2, so thank you, Miyazaki, for buffing the running R2s on katanas, or the running attacks on katanas. I don't know if they necessarily needed that buff, but I know that this Meteoric Ore Blade did. Being the shortest katana, just getting that buff allows it to actually compete and, you know, do better than its predecessor forms in the past patches. I don't know if that sentence made sense, but it is what it is. And yeah, 10 out of 10 build. Highly recommend. And look forward to a few more videos in the future, guys. Now, some of you guys may be wondering, Buppo, when's the next Recusant Revelries video coming out? I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm super into the build that I was working on for Recusant Revelries anymore. So I might just review it and make something different out of it, but we'll see. We'll see. Either way, I'll be working on it eventually. I just need to get the inspiration to get back into it. So that series might be put on hold for a little bit, but in the meantime, what has been holding me back from posting more regularly is a bunch of life changes. If you watch the new Bull build video, the sequel, I go more into detail about it in that video. But to give a quick note here is another thing that I've been doing that I think is more pertinent for you guys to know is oh, that's how we got the aim punch. It was his bottoms. He's wearing the thorn leggings. That is very smart to do, by the way, especially since aim punch is still a glitch. Like in PvP, you're just gonna get more out of it. But anyways, yeah, Buppo, why haven't you been posting regularly aside from life stuff? Well, it's because I'm also live streaming on Twitch again. And if you guys watch my live streams on Twitch, you're getting sneak peeks into what the next YouTube videos are going to be. Now, I don't live stream the Duelist Diaries, so that's always going to be like fresh, interesting new content. Also love this guy's build. I like the concept of the Black Flame Whip. That's really cool. I might work on a build like that. I've been looking to make a Black Flame type build, but oh man, I thought he gave up there. But still caught him with the roll catch. 10 out of 10, GG. But yeah, I'm live streaming on Twitch again. I'm thinking of streaming on Sunday nights and Monday nights. If not Sunday nights, Sunday during the day. Excuse me, still Monday nights, so is what it is. We're working on it. But yeah, the schedule is going to inevitably should be posted by now. Should be posted by the end of April. So by the time this video is out, you guys can check out my schedule either on Twitch or on my Discord. And you guys will see when I'm live. Come by, say hi. We might do some community duels and stuff like that. So super excited to talk to and meet new people through Twitch and YouTube. It's been a wild ride and a blast over the last year especially. But yeah. We're back on Twitch, we're back on YouTube, we're getting back on this horse. My schedule with my new job has evened out now, so it's just basically more future content to come. And the way I'm making content now is in batches, so that's about it, guys. And it's all the same info, by the way. Big Buppo on Twitch, Big Buppo on Twitter, Big Buppo on YouTube. It's all the same place, all the same guy. Big Buppo on Discord. So if you guys want to DM me, if you guys want to duel me, if you guys want to reach out, feel free. And if you watch till the end of this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe and all that. I know I'm shilling, but it genuinely helps. So please do that. Anyways, here's the stats on screen right now. Same as last time. Same equipment as last time. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe to Big Buppo's YouTube. You must. Or tickle your toes. I will.